Are you ready, Tim? Should we go feed those cows? I keep the oats in the house. I fill the bucket up the night before, and then I bring it in the house, and they get a little bit warmer. I don't know if it helps, but maybe it does, and so why not? You ready to go, Finn? Let's go. Outside. Today's going to be different. Well, it's different because it warmed up a little bit. Look at that. Just barely freezing. And it snowed last night. A couple inches. It's pretty out. Everything's got a little frosty cover on it. You can see. Sidetracked again. Gonna go give these babies their grain, and rather than bring you guys over there and feed another bale of hay, we're gonna go in the garage. We're gonna give that little hatchet a bit of a rub, and then we're gonna cut some kindling and light a fire. Isn't that Christmassy? Here, we'll put you up on the stump here. I still haven't put a little shelf on here. I'm gonna promise get this. I probably won't until finally my phone falls in the. How come I'm not getting there? Oh, like that. There we go. There. My phone will fall down first, and then I'll get busy and do it. Okay. Watch out, babies. Here it comes. Now they're gonna try to spill it. I know they are. Watch out. Move yourself. Hey, see? Look at that. You little buggers. Coach up. See? I'm clairvoyant, I think, or something. Now there's a whole bunch of grain fell down in behind here. Food for the squirrels, I guess. I don't like it because it attracts rodents, but there you have it. Anyway, okay. There they're fed. Ugh. And slobbered all over the bottom of the bucket, too. There they have their grain. Give you guys a little look. They're looking a little bit more wet because it warmed up. And then all the snow drips off the trees, etc. And then they get all wet looking. See? Poor cowie. Are you wet? Bambi, she always goes over there, and I can't quite reach past this fence post. I can just barely reach her. And I think she does that on purpose because she used to not be so keen on being petted, but she's getting way better now since she's had her breakthrough. Still, it takes a while. We're gonna get there though. Dots, Coco, Cujo, a monster, and Stella. She's the most lovingest out of all of them. She'll actually come and ask for a pat if I go in there. Okay, I'm gonna run over there and quickly give them a bale of hay, then we're gonna go sharpen that axe. Like this thing over here. You don't use one of them. That's pretty savage. Unless you've really done a job on it, but if you want to get a nice edge on it, you're gonna need a file. And a fine one too. When you get down to the sweet part, you want something, a nice fine little file. Just the final edge. Like that. This axe is quite hard. It's hard to. You can hear the difference when the file's actually cutting and then it's just zinging over the top. Here, and we'll flip it over and do the other side. We hope. This one is, we have a lesson in tools, I guess. See, if you look at see the lines on this, they only go one direction. This is a single bastard, and when the lines some go both ways. See, this one's got cross marks on it. That's called double bastard, and that's a single. There you go, file trivia. So for the coarse stuff, you use the double. It's a little more aggressive. And then when you get down to the part where you want to be fussy and make it really smooth, you use the single bastard. Be careful when filing an axe. See right here? Look at this. See how that can happen? You get it sharp and whoosh. Be careful with this part. When you get an old file, like this one, you'll see when you try rubbing it makes that funny sound, and so then you use up here at the top end or down here at the bottom where less people have used it, and you'll have this file will be a little sharper. See the difference? Cutting, not cutting. It's because the file teeth. If you look at a file and you see it looks shiny, that's because it's dull. Where it's not shiny, it's a little bit sharper. See that? Shiny up here, dull down there. There you go. And see this little, in between here, this space here? If you've got it right, the shiny part should be even all the way along. You don't just sharpen it in the middle. Like that. Okay, that's the double bastard over. Now we'll try the single and polish it up. There's a thing called draw filing where you go crossways like this. And that will make it really shiny, but it doesn't take off very much material. And because some little bits will get stuck in there, but if you give it a tap like that on the vise, all those little filings will come out of the teeth, and it won't slide so easily. Make it cut again. Get that stuff out of the way. And give some more to the other side, and that'll have to be it for today. As my dad used to say, a lick and a promise. Eating my calf feeder. Much more easy to put your effort into sharpening the axe than trying to cut something with a dull axe. Same amount of effort. That'll do. Okay, put these files away and I'll see you guys. My snapper's broken, huh? Well, maybe the other hand. Cutting kindling 101. There you go. You need an axe that's sharp. See, you can't see the edge on it. when you try to look straight down on top of it, if you see a shiny part there, that's the part where it's dull. No shiny part, it's fairly sharp. Okay, fairly sharp means it's going to cut your fingers. So don't hold it up close to this end. Put your hand way down here somewhere. That way you've got a long ways to go before that thing gets close to your fingers. Then you don't take a wild swing at it like that. You put the axe on there and you bang it on the floor until the axe goes in. That way you can get the axe to land exactly where you want it to land. And then you push down. Don't swing the axe to the floor. Lift the stick up, or you'll end up with this part of your axe right here. And you'll have to go back out into the garage and file it again. So put it like that. You can give it a little swing, but not much. Keep your fingers down. Don't keep your fingers up here, way down there. A little start, and then bang. Get your hand out of there now. Bing, there it goes. Take the smaller piece, same thing again, just keep on going. Pull up on this part. You cut a stick off, pick the big end, cut in half again. There you go. I knew you could do it. And you'll get a whole bunch of skinny bits, and that's what you're after. That'll light easy. There's our other big piece over here. About there. Just, you want them little enough so you can break them with your hands. There. Then, your knee, give it one of them. And see this fuzzy end right here? That's what you're after. That's the part that's going to light so good. And if it's not fuzzy, bring your block of wood over and make it fuzzy. There, see how that looks like a paintbrush now? That's going to be easy to light. Da-da-da. Get a few pieces. Like that. Break them in half. Give them a bonk. Look at that old tree falling apart. Someone's going to have to clean that up. Nice little feathery pieces, just like that. Ooh, that's a good one. That enough to light our fire? Almost, eh? Well, I should show you this too while I'm here. My uncle used to live out at the big farm. He said, rather than cutting down like this, he said, you still got some risk of cutting your fingers. So he used to hold it on the chopping block, and he had a big stump of wood, not this old rotten piece of spruce. And then he would cut it this way to cut the wood. Did you see that? And then it's not possible for you to cut your fingers. Your fingers are up here and you're cutting down here. There you go. If you really want to chop something, then you can chop it without risking your fingers. Play with an axe long enough, you'll cut your finger. It's just about for sure. There we go. Okay, we cut enough firewood to light the 6 fire. Fire here. We'll put the fur in the back. Oh, there's something here. Somebody threw a piece of bark. Oh, birch bark. Surprise, surprise. We'll keep that. That's a good lighting thing too. One more? One more. There you go. Make sure we got the feathers where we need the feathers so that the thing lights. Make a video of me not lighting a fire. Oops, I got a long one in there somehow. Okay. There we go. That's these. Yeah. I don't know if I would advertise for these guys or not, but that's the kind of matches I just tried, and look at that. Been in the house for 3 years, dry as a popcorn fart, and I still didn't want to burn. You don't want to get matches that you have to strike on the box. That's a very dumb idea. You need a match that you can strike anywhere, even if you have to pay double for it. Okay, there you go. Oh, I was going to show you guys this birch bark. Here's a piece of that birch bark. Remember I said that it, ooh, my fire's going out here. I said you could light birch bark anyway because it lights really easy. Before I burn my fingers, let's try it. See how it's spittering away there? Ooh, that's getting warm. See how it's, can you see it kind of popping like that? And the smoke that comes off it is black because it just burns like a son of a gun, birch bark. See it? It's kind of spitting. That's the sap trying to jump out of it. I put that big hunk way back there. Anyway, there that is. Put a lid on it like that and see if it helps. And there, you guys get to watch the firelight. You're welcome. I got the damper in the back open. I'll back you up 6 inches here, so. No point roasting my camera. And then once the fire gets going well enough, then we'll have to shut the door. Can you hear it? Now, isn't this a fine Christmas idea? Okay. Uh-oh, smoke's coming out. We better open something here. It takes a bit. Once the chimney gets hot, grade 7 science, hot air rises. Once the chimney gets hot and it starts to draw, then it'll pull, but we might need to shut the door a little bit because it's trying to cause trouble here. Oops, got an axe in the way. Get that out of there. Here, we'll shut the door about that much. Can you see the smoke trying to come out? But then when I shut the door a little bit, watch, see? Door open, smoke coming out, and you shut it so that you narrow the air pass, and the smoke stops coming out. I think it's starting to draw now. Oh. The door has to be about like that in order for the smoke not to come out. That's what I have this little piece of stick here for. When you're not here, I just use this little, see, this is the catch for the door, and this is the thing that goes behind that gadget. And so I just put this like that and like that. And that's how wide I normally leave it open until the chimney starts to draw. But I can, with the magic of technology, we can do this, see? Oh, it's drawing pretty good now. I can open the door up. This one's for Chris. There's the fire. All them flames going up the chimney, it's really drawn. And there's no smoke coming out at all. Hot air rises. Lessons you learn when you're just a little kid. So what should we talk about? Here we are, watching the fire. How about the first time you ever got lost and it got dark out before you found your way home and you had to light a fire in the dark? Let me tell you, that will be the longest night of your life. You'd be surprised. You try to have a little nap by a fire and the backside gets cold and the front side's too hot, and then by the time you just go out there, then the fire starts to go out and you got to go in the pitch dark somewhere with a stick and find some wood and back. Here's the answer to the problem. Figure out how long it's going to take you to get home again, and you want to be home by 4 o'clock? Then you can only walk away from home until 2 o'clock, because it's going to take 2 hours to get back home again. We can talk about this. This particular wood stove has up in this, see this little metal box right there? You can see it kind of comes down and goes over. Inside that thing with those levers on the side, when I said we got to open this up before we lit the fire, this stove has a catalytic converter. Same technology exactly as inside the muffler on your car, except what this one does is it reburns the smoke before it puts it out the chimney. Not now, because the way I've got the levers set, it's just going straight up the pipe and out until the fire gets lit. But then after the fire's lit, we can change those levers around, and then it'll force all the smoke to go through that catalytic converter once it's hot, and it reburns the smoke. It makes it extremely efficient. If I jam this wood stove right full, like Jenga full, right to the top, it will burn 24 hours, and then come back 24 hours later, and it's not very cold out right now, but say it was 20 or 30 below freezing, then I could stuff this thing right full and come back 24 hours later, and there's a really nice bed of coal still remaining there, and just stuff it right full again, and away it goes again. And you only have to when in the dead of winter you don't light your stove every day. You just wait till the bed of coals is just right, and then you stuff it back full again, and it'll start over again. But when they came up with the catalytic converter, that sure made a huge difference. It cuts the wood consumption in half, and the stove burns for 24 hours instead of 6 or 8. It makes a huge difference. All right, it's getting warm on my face now. We're going to shut the door, and I'll show you how those levers work. And I guess we should get the matches off the top of the stove too, don't you think, before we set a fire? By the way that one lit, it probably could stay up there for a while and dry out or something. But okay, we'll shut the door. See, this little gizmo goes behind there like that. That's the little stick for propping the door open for next time. And then on the side here, right here, see it says right there, close. That shuts the, because right now the smoke is just going straight up there. But when I turn this over like this, and it kind of has a little detent right there, now the smoke has to go through that catalytic converter and then back out and then up. And you can go outside and look out the chimney, and there will be no smoke whatsoever coming out, just the odd little whisper of a heat wave. And yeah, the glass is dirty on my wood stove, so you can't see it, but I hope you enjoyed making my fire with me, and I hope you don't cut your finger on the hatchet when you sharpen yours. And wherever you are, have a happy day, and we'll see you next time.